Welcome to Beauty Investigates with me, the lovely Debbie McGee, and
Me?
Yeah.
The equally lovely Debbie Arnold.
Oh, I thought you were going to pick me up on my diction then, because she's an actress, you know. And
Yes.
I said,
Yes.
We have got some tips, we've got beauty quotes, and we've also got what retro things are coming back in to do with makeup and hair for next year.
I mean, how many times have we seen things come in and out? Years, haven't we really?
Because we're old. We're going to be talking about facials, because I didn't know, because I've never had one. Well, I've had one in my whole life.
How could you have got this far and only had one
I
facial?
haven't got time. And also, I'm a bit of a Scrooge, don't want to spend the money. I know I have, but I have got to this
But you
age
still
without
look
them.
Gorgeous, though.
Thank you, darling.
Yeah.
You can't get round me like that.
All right.
But facials, there's so many different ones that you can have. So we've found a girl that actually trains everybody to give facials, so she knows everything there is to know about facials, and Debbie knows who it is.
Yes. Because Debbie didn't. This is Hollie Simpson from our Skin Academy, and she is going to tell us all her tricks to make our skin beautiful. So we have a before, and then the show goes on, and at the very end we will have after.
Just like Strictly, we'll have the results. The results at the end.
results show.
Except it's not a competition. So welcome, Hollie. You have had a guinea pig today, is another Debbie.
You have to be a Debbie to go into this show, to be honest.
You do.
Yeah.
What did you do with Debbie today? What did you do with her face?
Okay, so first of all, I had a real good look at her skin, because my whole philosophy is about really assessing the skin properly and understanding what is actually happening with that individual person. So I'm a facialist and I work on a bespoke treatment plan.
What does a facialist mean?
Okay, so basically I work in the non-invasive market. So we work with technology and techniques that all are non-invasive, so they're all nice to have, which is important, great for your well-being. But they also, they don't have any downtime, and they don't cause any trauma to the client, and they're safer and really effective. And non-invasive therapy has gone leaps and bounds. The technology now and the techniques that we are using in the non-invasive market are really transformative.
During the Edo period in Japan, 1603 to 1868 to be precise, Japanese geishas used to use nightingale droppings as a kind of face mask to keep their skin radiant and clear. Now today, very similar things are used, only a much more sanitized version, in various luxury skincare products all over the world. The next time a little bird decides to take a dump on you from up on high, just think it could be doing your skin the power of good.
What I suppose my niche is getting amazing results and teaching that in my academy without any downtime.
And that is perfect, because there are, I mean, we have, some of the facials that I've had, I've ended up with maybe just a couple of days downtime, or a very, 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 very red face, which is horrible. I look like a tomato.
Yeah, exactly.
So
and no one has time for downtime.
No.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time I had a really relaxing facial.
Yeah, exactly. So I suppose, my techniques do layer in that element of relaxation, because I believe that's when the skin repairs its best. When you're in a relaxed state, it's called the rest and digest phase. So your skin and your body has the ability to heal by itself.
What would she have? If she came to you now, what would you give her?
So I'd probably work on mesotherapy, but electroporation we call it. So it's a non-invasive.
Tell us what mesotherapy is.
So mesotherapy is basically an umbrella term of getting ingredients into the skin. So it's active ingredients we use to alter different aspects of the skin. So we could be using ingredients to help with dermal regeneration, so reducing lines. We might want to add in hyaluronic acid to plump and reduce lines, or we might want to use pigment inhibitors to reduce pigmentation. There's lots of different things we can do, and so I'm here to sort of shine a light on non-invasive therapy and how transformative it can be when we use the right methods together in a program over a long-term period. We can work with our clients and actually get amazing results.
Everyone always wants to know how much.
You'd probably looking at about between 150 to 250 per treatment.
What age does this start from? When could you start having these treatments?
Good
Well,
question.
I would say, yeah, I mean, it depends really, but if you just want to keep your skin looking really healthy and, you know, I suppose youthful, is anywhere from sort of maybe 30 plus, you know, working with something like a microcurrent to begin with, just to keep your structure nice and in position, let's say,
Yeah.
so we don't get the sagging or the loosening of the skin. So we want to keep the structure nice and firm, because that actually keeps the skin nice and wrinkle free and firm. And then obviously you can start to have more advanced treatments maybe as you got a bit older.
Brilliant, Hollie, and we're looking forward to seeing those results.
Yes,
aren't
we are. We
But
are.
in the meantime, we're going to go over to our beauty investigators.
Yes, they've been at it.
They have been at it, is the word. They've got, so much to tell you.
Natalie and Dee, what's going on?
Yeah. Well,
We've been investigating the 2025 comebacks for things which have apparently disappeared that I wasn't even aware of and are coming back. Like, for instance, red nail varnish. Oh, what do they say? They say if you wear very pale colours, you look very groomed. But I don't know, there's something really sexy about red nail varnish. So perhaps we'd better go out and buy some. Oh my goodness. Well, look, another trend which apparently is coming back, Velcro rollers.
Oh, I didn't think they ever went out of fashion.
Do you still use them?
I do, always.
So do I.
Yes, do
But
you?
they're kind of irritating though, because they sometimes get, they get stuck
get
in the
stuck
washing
in
machine
things.
door, or you'll find them
Yes.
inside a sock.
Yes,
sort of
exactly.
attached to a jumper when you're going out somewhere really smart, and you find this thing attached to you. No,
I've actually never washed mine. Isn't that awful?
I was about to say, how do you clean them?
No, don't clean them at all. I put, it sounds really gross actually, but I pull the hair out of them. But then I usually throw them away after a year or 10.
God, after about 20 years, you could make a wig, couldn't you? Great. Home hair colouring.
Oh yes.
I'm not surprised. Everything's
No.
so expensive now.
It's extortionate, isn't it? I mean, highlights and even roots, I mean, it just bankrupts you. I mean, I remember going back to the 90s and the 80s and the 70s, spraying my hair with different colours. I mean, at one point, I think I had blue hair. You know?
I did it with cake colouring in the 1970s, literally
Yeah.
used to make stripes. But it
Ooh,
wasn't a good
yes.
idea to go swimming because you looked a bit of an idiot. Well, that's about it from us. And now, back to the Debbies.
Thank you, there are beauty investigators. Well, who would have thought red nails coming back into fashion?
But yes, well, I've always worn them. Have you?
No.
Didn't you always have red nails?
No. Look.
Really?
No, I go for light colours.
Oh, no, I've always had red nails.
Oh, well, there you go.
I've never gone out of fashion, or it means I'm old-fashioned.
No, you're ahead of the game.
Ahead of the
You're
game.
always ahead of it.
Now, if you're getting a little bit older and you're noticing a few little wrinkles on your eyelids, when you're using eyeliner, put a kohl pencil on first, smudge it at the side to where you normally line the eyeliner, and put your eyeliner on the top, and it stops your eyeliner going in those sneaky little wrinkles.
We have Siva Kumar with us today, who is a fully qualified top plastic surgeon. So let's welcome him, shall we?
Hi, Shiva.
Hi, thanks for
Shiva.
having me.
Well, thank you for coming in to our bit of madness. But along with the madness, we do actually get serious and find out important information for everybody. And so really the first thing we want to talk to you about is, again, this people losing weight really quickly and most people not realising that then your skin can fold and get very wrinkly.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So people have been losing weight for
Yeah.
many, many years. And whether it's through diet, whether it's through exercise, or whether it's through weight loss surgery, and more commonly now it's through these drugs such as Ozempic or Wegovy,
Yeah.
you can lose a lot of weight. But your skin, and one of the unintended consequences, I guess, is the way that your skin then reacts to it. because your skin is made up of a couple of different types of substances, so collagen and elastin, and that's what gives it the structure, and that's what gives the elasticity of the skin, so it rebounds back. Now, if you were to lose weight on a very gradual basis, then it gives the collagen and elastin time to almost rebound and contract back in. But actually, if you've gained a lot of weight and you've lost that weight very quickly, it's just not going to have the same rebound effect, and you will inevitably left with saggy skin.
So as a surgeon, what can you do about that?
Cut it off?
Yeah,
Is that what you do?
And actually, that's probably one of the most effective ways of actually dealing with it. But actually, I think you can actually start the journey much earlier than that. So if you know that somebody is on a weight loss journey, actually going along and speaking to your nutritionist and maybe some sort of movement expert, because you can, as you start to lose weight and as you start to lose the fat, you can then replace some of it with muscle.
Burn the fat off and it becomes muscle. Is that what you
No,
mean?
not quite.
No?
So you can burn the fat off, and as you can then replace that space with the muscle.
Right.
And I think that's something that you can do at a very early stage of the weight loss journey. And if you're only losing a little bit of weight, then you may only have a small amount of skin that's left behind. And in those circumstances, you can try maybe some non-surgical or minimally surgical types of interventions, such as radio frequency.
So how much weight do you have to lose in order for you to start sagging? Or does that...
It's all completely individual.
Right.
So the younger you are, the more collagen and elastin you have in your body, and the better the chance that things may actually rebound and retract back.
Because it happens when you're pregnant.
It does, and it's exactly the same thing. You gain weight during pregnancy, and actually, if you're lucky enough, some of that goes back, but in some circumstances it doesn't, and you're left with loose skin, and there are different ways in which we can deal with that.
Where do you begin?
So the most important part of all of this is actually finding out from the client and the patient what it is that they want. So if they actually want to lose all of this skin and what they want to look like afterwards.
And it must still weigh something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's a real quality of life issue there, because they've been quite large. They wanted to lose this weight in order to regain some of that quality of life, in order to go along and do the things that they really want to do. But they're now being inhibited by this extra skin. And that can also cause other problems. So in terms of clothing, in terms of going along and exercising and work, all these things can really impact on this. So one of the most effective ways is essentially to be able to remove this skin. And bear in mind, it's not just skin as well. When you lose weight, you don't often lose it in a uniform way, but you may have little pockets of fat in other areas which also need to be addressed. And again, surgery is often the best way to address those pockets of fat.
What advice would you give to somebody that comes to you?
It's really about quality of life and what it is that I can do to improve that. So is it that they've got a large overhang on their tummy? Is it that they've got a large overhang on the upper part of their arms or their thighs? And really talking to them to figure out which bits that I can actually intervene with.
One thing I've often wondered, because I know it has happened, is actually someone who's quite famous who lost a lot of weight and then had the skin removed. And now, because she's on a soap, I've seen her and she's put all that weight back on again. What happens to the scars? Because presumably the skin's thinner and it would stretch if you put the weight back on.
And as a minimum, you'd really want somebody to have stable weight for 3 months before you even talk about surgery, and ideally maybe 6 months before you then talk about surgery, and then going on from there, and actually having a plan in place to make sure that they can maintain that as well.
What's the most you've ever taken off someone, weight-wise?
Oh, kilos. I mean, just on the tummy alone, we've taken off, 10 kilos on one occasion.
Wow.
We could talk to you for hours more about everything, but maybe you'll come back on another episode.
In ancient Egypt and Rome, crocodile dung was often mixed with essential oils and mud to create a face mask. I think they thought that all these ingredients would create a tightening effect and help to reduce wrinkles. I think I'd rather take a trip to Boots and see what's on offer. Wouldn't you?
Earlier in the programme, we were talking to Hollie Simpson about the facials that she gives, and we told you that she had a guinea pig that she's been giving treatments to.
A guinea pig called Debbie.
Another Debbie.
And,
So it's now time to find out what it felt like to have those treatments. So we've got Debbie with us now, with Hollie. And great to see you again, Hollie, but Debbie, so what was it like?
I think it's the first time I've ever had anything like that done before, so it was quite unusual, especially the electric, the first bit. But my face feels quite tighter now and feels quite good.
It does look it. Your skin's really shiny and glowing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is the look of today. When I was young, it was all about powdering and having a matte finish, but now it's all this shiny. And did it hurt?
It didn't hurt, no. It was quite an unusual sensation.
What do you mean, unusual?
Well, the first bit was sort of electric current going through your skin, so it wasn't too bad. I think I was on the low setting, apparently.
Was that the mesotherapy?
No, that was the microcurrent, so you can feel that a little bit.
Yes. And did she have the mesotherapy as well?
Yeah.
So the mesotherapy, I mean, I've had mesotherapy before, and it's one of my favourite treatments, but I've had it with all the hundreds of injections.
Yeah.
So the needle does that, doesn't it? Without, it's not a needle, it's a probe.
It's just a machine.
Yeah.
So is it like having like a very gentle electric shock or something? Is that how it feels?
The microcurrent is a little bit like that, where the electroporation, the end bit, is quite nice.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's
Nice to
relaxing.
have.
So you like so the end bit was good?
Yes, it was lovely.
Yeah,
Really nice and warm, and just felt like it was doing something. I like the thought of the non-surgical facelift.
And you can have it done. You're going to do a whole day's work today because we just plucked you out of, of working for a minute because you work in the studio. And so now you know, when you had it done, when it was finished earlier today, you went back to work as normal. Hasn't affected your skin.
They're brilliant.
So wonderful.
It really is brilliant, and it looks great.
Yeah.
So that was your little treat from Beauty Investigates.
Thank you very much.
So thank you, Debbie,
Thanks,
for
Hollie.
being the guinea pig. Yeah.
Yeah, and thank you, Hollie. Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Really
Perhaps
interesting.
we should have one.
Thank you for being my
You're welcome. Yes.
So anyway, join us again for some more interesting facts about beauty.
I knew you always had red toenails, didn't you? No? No. I thought you always had red toenails.
I think I might have to send you to the optician. No, I've had a shade of red when I'm going to a ball where it goes with my thing, but not as a general
I don't know
thing.
why you're still listening to this, but go away.
Yeah.
Anyway.
See you next time.
My name is Dr. Sharif Okil, and my specialty is cosmetic and regenerative and functional medicine. Here at Dr. SW Clinics, we do something called regenerative and functional medicine. What is the O-shot? It's very simple. Injecting platelet-rich plasma into the intimate area. As you can see, from here comes the laser beam, and we go 360. There used to be a very big stigma about these treatments. Everybody looked at me and said, Sharif, what are you doing? You know, we treat faces and body. What is vagina rejuvenation?